Yeah, I think I was trying too hard to like, out of respect for you, I was trying to like do a lot of unorthodox things
Nah,
because I
bro.
thought maybe it might like mix you.
Whether or not it mixes me, just play the way you play. Honestly, this is something
Okay.
I've fallen victim to this before too, where I've fought against top players and I wanted to make them like not think I was lame, for example. So I didn't camp
Yeah.
and I didn't like run away and I honestly wholeheartedly I didn't try to win. Let's just put it that way. I straight up didn't try to win because I didn't want them to say like, wow, you just like such a scrubby player for playing so lame or something. It's like, well,
Right.
here's the thing. They didn't say that, but they also won because I threw massively. Because I was more worried about them
Yeah.
liking me, I guess you could say. So
Right.
whether or not that's a thought that's going across your mind, and never worry about somebody liking you during playing. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was more like I thought if I came out here just doing this, like you'd
Yeah.
be like, okay, this is just a typical like online dummy. And I'm like, I thought you might like get a lot of parries and make it look silly. So I was purposely trying to do. That's why at one point I actually did do roll behind back throw because like no cloud goes for that. So I thought it would work.
I'd rather so here's the thing. I'd rather have you, and this is where the I guess the no mix up comes into play. I'd rather have you establish the baseline cloud things first so that I have to worry about beating those things, and as the storytelling of the game goes on,
Yeah.
that's where you can introduce mix-ups. If you
Makes
start
sense.
with mix-ups, there's a chance that for me you might catch me off guard sometimes, but there's also a chance that okay, if he's going to start with mix-ups and go crazy, just do all very unorthodox things, there's a very strong chance you're going to leave a lot of things on the table that were wide open, but you didn't go for it because you thought I would obviously get away from it, right? Like let's say for example, if I land on your shield with something and you just don't up B because you think I'm gonna somehow not get hit, it's like no, you can just go for it and you're gonna hit me every single time. But if you let's say don't up B and you're going for grab at a shield, you're like naring away from me at a shield. It's like okay, now I'm not afraid to land on your shield because major damage is not imminent at all. I'm just gonna be okay. So punish me for the brain dead stuff. If I jump on your shield like this or like this and you go for up B, I'm not gonna call you lame. I'm gonna call you a cloud player.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Exactly. All right. Don't worry about my feelings, bro. That's all I can say. If I don't like it or I start crying or something, it's too bad for me. I've fought against a little Mac yesterday for an hour, and he insisted on smash attacking the entire time, and I wanted to die, but too bad. That's what he wants to do. He didn't win. He just did it. It's like, bro, please. So it was an experience to say the least, but we got him cleaned up, and he's playing some Roy now. So basically, little Mac with a sword, and good to go. Yep.
Yeah. That's the online thing.
Honestly, back air into forward tilt's not bad at all. Because I can't stop you from going for back air because it's safe on shield. And then forward tilt can straight up kill me, and it has crazy range too. And it's disjointed, so not a lot I can really do. Nice. Okay. He's just dead.
No.
Dang, bro. Oh, man. I'm surprised we went for the ledge trump unless that was an accident.
No, that was purposeful.
Okay.
That was purposeful. I've been working on trying to add that into my game, and I hadn't shown it to you yet. So it's a practice session, so I figured I'd try it. Might have been a little early percent-wise to go for it, but I was trying to see if I could get you off stage without a jump, and then get a dare out of it as a two-play edge guard.
Okay, I thought what you were going to do originally is just run off and go for fair, because you had it lined up off the forward tilt when I side B'd. So when I went for forward tilt, when I went for side B, if you just ran off and went for fair, if you got the sweet spot, I would have just died instantly. And if you got the sour spot, then I probably wouldn't have died, but it would have been in a horrible spot off stage, and we probably would have had to race back to the ledge.
Yeah, I just know it's funny. I had a session with somebody else, M2K actually, and he was saying that if you're not using ledge trump with cloud, like you're missing out. And like he was kind of right. Like I've implemented it, and it definitely helps when I use it when I do it right.
Yeah, it definitely is good because your back is also massive, so you can be kind of not necessarily sloppy, but kind of. You can be. It's very generous. Let's put it that way. It covers a lot of ledge trump jump animations from the opponent because not everybody gets ledge trumped off the ledge at the same height. Some characters go quite low, and some actually go quite high. But your back air covers a huge majority of them.
Right.
So
yeah, it was purposeful, but yeah, I think you're right. That's definitely something you see, like the Spargos or Enhanced PV. These guys that get back air into just like run off fair and they catch people slipping, and I don't do that, and I probably should.
And that's another one of those things too. Is like as far as it might feel like it's a basic thing to go for, or how could a good player fall for this? In some situations, two things: good players are still human and they can make mistakes for sure. And the other part too is you got to also test to see if I'm actually ready for that. Whether or not I am a good player or a bad player or anything, if I just autopilot side B and use autopilot fair, you can just checkmate me right there for free without even thinking. Don't outplay yourself. Don't.
Yeah.
This is something I would say. I've said this to anybody who's ever gotten coaching to in the past. Never assume that your opponent is like a terrible player and you don't have to try when you're fighting them. But also don't think that they're so good that they'll just know everything that you're about to even try and do, because you have to make them prove it. Make them prove that they know what that you're trying to do.
Right. Yeah, I was also kind of trying to show you I knew how to do it and to kind of put it in your head, in a sense, because then it could change how you react, how you try to get up, or how you go to ledge later. I get a lot against Fox, so I'm just trying to. Okay. Falco obviously is like similar enough off stage.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, good point though. All
right, man. Let's keep going. Okay. Oh, now the tech.
Oh. Okay.
This guy's kind of advanced.
Accidental tech.
More hidden tech, bro. I'm sick.
Great, Barry.
I honestly thought you were gonna go for instant dash attack. Oh, that's supposed to be up tilt controlling. I'll be over here. You could have won the game right there.
I could have taken you with me. Yeah. I thought I was going to grab ledge, to be honest.
So another thing that's happening a lot is you're using your jump to get at a disadvantage quite a bit. In some situations, you're better off taking the damage versus being sent off stage with no jump at an early percent. Oh no. Imagine tech rolling in. Couldn't be me. It happens.
All right. It was a little better.
Oh, substantially better. The main things I was seeing, there's two things that were happening. They kind of had to do with spacing. The number one thing that I saw, not a lot of back air. I would say back air is probably your best move. Just as it beats some characters. Let's just put it that way. Your back air is actually broken. So I want to see you start to try and land your back air a bit more. And whether or not you're actually hitting me or hitting me on shield, I just want to have that out as a threat because it's ridiculously safe. Right? I think it's -3 on shield, and I can't do anything against that. So out of your back air on shield or back air and hitting me, you can get back air into cross slash, back air into instant dash attack, back air into down tilt, back air into forward tilt, all at like very low percents, right? So that's a very simple bread and butter that you could be going for. At low percents, you can also do that with fair, right? But fair is frame 18, so pretty slow on startup. And you can get stuff.
I know all of this. I don't know why I didn't do any of it.
It's all good, bro. The other thing that was happening a lot with regards to that, or spacing, is you would try and throw something out in front of me, and then you'd roll in to try and get close to me. Okay? I can say hands down that as a character who has as much range as Cloud, you should never ever need to roll in on someone. You could maybe try and roll in on like a min if they happen to like throw out their second arm and they completely miss. You can get up close versus like jumping over. But even then, I'd rather see you jump over a character like that. If it's Sephiroth, same thing. Not really need to roll in. Okay, so what I'd like to see you do is if you happen to have me in the spot, like let's say I'm in the corner, right, and you want to try and put damage on me, I'd rather see you just come closer with back airs or get close and throw like a back air into forward tilt and just slowly approach and intimidate me and back me into the corner, right? You're never ever going to kill me with like a roll behind back throw. It's just not your character. Right. So to try and like roll in and go for like an up B or something like that, this turns into a patience game for yourself to say, okay, if I have him in the corner and I want to get like, let's say you want to punish me out of shield, I have to get past you eventually somehow, right? I'm either going to like jump over, or I'm going to like, let's say try and hit you with something like a forward air or side B, or I might try and roll in to get past you. So since your character thrives off of neutral and stage control, just box out the middle and box out this area from here to here, right? If I'm in the corner. So if I do go high, you can try and catch it with a back air or an up air, or you can try and catch my landing. If I go like this to try and get away from you, if you're on the ground, you can dash across the entire stage and go for a back air before I can get out of my end leg of my side B, because this shit takes forever to actually get out of. You don't want to commit too hard to being right beside me. I would say Cloud's boxing tools are not great. Like if I'm right beside you and you go for a forward tilt, that's not amazing at all. Or if you go for
like -16. Yeah.
And same thing with your jab as well. They're just not safe. They're not fast. If you have to throw out something right beside me, I'd rather see you go for an up B if you're actually going to hit me. Or if we're on a platform like this, you could try and, like, let's say, come up onto the platform for the mix-up, or you can go into free fall and try and fall through the platform, or have the 50-50 of staying up here as well. Right? That being said, realistically, in a perfect world, you never want to be that close to me where you're not in advantage. If we're in a huge scramble situation, back away from me, use your range and use your strength. Okay?